Tigers, Bulldogs, Saints. Welcome to DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
Hey, good morning, and welcome to DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance. Tom, Kelly, Coach, and the World Traveler is back in the house with us. Casey mentioned today. Had a week off last week for Thanksgiving. Good to be back. And you didn't get the memo to wear black today, did you?
No.
I just now noticed that,
I think it's because y'all are in mourning, and
She's
I'm not.
gold, though. It's black and gold. That was pretty appropriate.
Well, I guess that worked. We're not going to talk about that. There was no college football last weekend.
I really, really, really had something fun planned, but then I didn't want Coach Vance to walk out on the show, so I didn't do it.
Man, now I'm curious.
This sounds great.
I had a Pavio jersey to wear today.
Oh man!
But I was afraid he would make me leave church.
I'll tell you what, that was an old-fashioned butt whipping right there. There's no two ways about it.
Casey, I don't know. Today's lineup recap of the past week in DeKalb County Sports.
Hey.
Not the state of Tennessee sports, DeKalb County Sports. Now, we're going to stick to the script, or we're not a program.
Oh, the show's gone off the rails. We're 1 minute in. That's just great. Everyone have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Good. Eat too much and all that good stuff. Casey's been all around the world in 80 days.
Yep.
Good to have you back. Did you spend Thanksgiving out of town? Or?
Nope, I got back 3 a.m. before Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just enough time to give LaVonda 2 hours of sleep and then start cooking. So.
That's all she needed. Just a couple hours.
Yeah.
That little nap there. Well, it was kind of a slow week in sports last week, and things have picked back up. Of course, basketball's in full swing. Coach and I actually had a chance to go over to Woodbury last night to see DeKalb County's basketball teams take on Cannon County. The season underway for the Tigers and Lady Tigers. Tigers are 3-3. Lady Tigers 2-4 so far. Coach, I know you've probably seen Cannon as much as you've seen DeKalb. What did you see in those? Let's start with the girls' matchup, because it was a game where it felt like DeKalb was playing catch-up all night. Cannon would get on a little run. DeKalb would come back, and in fact, in the fourth quarter, they go into the fourth down 11. They managed to get it back to within 4. What did you see from that game, and maybe some things about Cannon County and the way they play, and what you saw from DeKalb County as well?
That's really the first time that I've seen Cannon. I did catch both games this past week of DeKalb. I was able to watch the DeKalb County game in Smithville, and did not catch the girls' game Tuesday night, but I did catch the boys. And, if you remember right, DeKalb County's off 9-4.
Yeah.
And they had a real good first quarter. I don't know that Woodbury especially shot the ball very well.
Mm-hmm.
But as you said, they got to where they were hitting some threes, Cannon County. Some struggling with some turnovers for DeKalb County. But, like you said, they clawed back into it.
Yeah.
They made it a game. You made it a comment late. There's still 2 timeouts on the clock. I don't know if it would have made any difference or not. But they did cut it to 4. They kept scrapping. What I remember from DeKalb County teams that were not very good was the inability to get the ball across midcourt.
Yeah.
Turning the ball over, unforced errors, all that kind of stuff. I did not see as much of that last night as perhaps we have in the past. And, you get the Van Vranken girl that can go right or go left, and she's able to penetrate, not just rely on an outside shot. Inside, I thought the young girl did a really good job of holding her own and getting some points and getting some rebounds. And an overall team effort, I was really proud of the Lady Tigers and what they did. And against the team, I don't think Cannon's as good as they have been.
Yeah.
They have 3 seniors that start and that play very well, but I don't think they're very deep. And I'm not sure how good their supporting cast is.
Kelly, you also saw Tuesday night's game, DeKalb County and Smith County, and we'll start with girls' action there. And that's a pretty good Smith County team, let's be honest. That was a tough matchup going in for DeKalb County. What did you see from the Lady Tigers against a pretty talented Smith County club?
Well, like Coach Vance was saying, the inability to get across half court has been a bugaboo for them for the past couple years. and I know talking to Coach Fox, they tried to implement some new offense and how to rotate and some things like that. And I thought they did a very good job of getting the ball. They had the turnovers in when the ball settled into the front court. I thought, or back court, sorry. I thought, I don't know. I'm old school and I'm a junior high coach, so I don't coach high school. It just baffles me that it looks like there's no offense.
Yeah.
It's kind of, they're wanting them to play off of each other. But if kids don't know how to play off of each other, if they don't know how to read a cut, they don't know how to get open when they're being guarded man to man, then that is a fruitless offense, in my opinion. And that's something, it needs to be simple. It does not need to be complex. You're not dealing with college students. You're not dealing usually with college defense. So make something simple and just, there was a couple times you was talking about the young girl did a really good job. There was a couple times if she would have just stepped into the pass, she would have had a layup and a foul.
Yeah.
But she stands there and they just cut in front of it and take the ball. So there's some things like that I'd love for them to see clean up, but it's kind of hard to clean all that up in 1 year.
Yeah, obviously. And Tuesday night, the turnovers, and what got me was the inbound play turnovers.
Yes.
Time and time again. I mean, and it was a theme there for a while that DeKalb could not even get the ball in play. Smith County was just all over it.
Well, and like I said, I don't know, and I don't know if I knew their offense is, I'm like, oh, well, so-and-so didn't do their part. But you should be able to run an inbound offense and it not be one person's fault that the whole play goes down with the ship. There should be more than one person moving. There should be more than one option, but there shouldn't be 15 options either. There should be, I don't know. I would love to see them simplify some things, and I really think the girls would become more successful. And once you simplify some things and become successful, then you can build on other things.
Yeah.
But again, that is junior high talking, because that's what you have to kind of do every year. In high school, I know it's a little bit different, but I would love to see them run plays, like call a play and run it, not just this 5-out motion that's obviously not working.
Coach, some good talent on his team. We were watching last night. You mentioned, Chloe Van Branken and her ability to go right, go left. She's very strong, quick, long, athletic player. You got Allie Melton, the other senior on the team, able to shoot the basketball, has some pretty good range shooting the basketball, handles the ball well. Beyond that, getting scoring has been a little bit of a trouble spot for the Lady Tigers to find consistency. Getting scoring, obviously, you got to score the basketball to win games, and that's been one area that you've got those two young ladies who played well. Jordan Agee, she's kind of been up and down at times in terms of scoring the basketball. Brooke Fuson, she's kind of your defensive stopper out there, really, and then the post has been a rotation of Lily Young and Millie Barton. But they've got to – I think they need that third person to step up and be able to score the basketball.
They do, and it may get back to what Kelly was talking about as far as having an identity. This is what we're going to do, and we're going to hang our hat on it. We're going to do it well, and you're going to have to stop it.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do. I think Allie led the game off hitting a three. She finished with 9 points last night. We saw what Van Franken did, and we kind of halfway jokingly talked about her possibly being a spider because, she's all arms and legs. And
like a spider monkey.
When she closes out, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
But, she can take it upon herself to try and create. But, again, and I'm not a basketball person. I'm not even middle school, so I'm a nothing. But just kind of watching from the outside, we're going to kind of see what we can do. And I don't know. The flow didn't seem to work. I don't know.
For the boys, there's a lot. And let's be honest, this boys team's young. You got John Hendricks as your senior, and from there, it's a young team. A lot of sophomores on this team. Kelly, you're familiar with a lot of these guys. You coached several of them, and I like the energy that they bring, their ability to get up and down the court. John is probably your vocal leader, and Coach Joey Agee joined us a few weeks ago and kind of, embraced that thought that, he's the guy that everybody's looking to. Now you've got to find who's going to step up, put the ball in the basket. And it's been, I know, kind of by committee so far this year. But if the one thing I feel like the Tigers may be lacking is that go-to caliber player that can get you a bucket when you need one.
Well, and again, junior high coach, I'm not hating on anything that Coach Allie or Coach AG are doing. It's just things that I see and from playing again an offense. This play we can score on.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we're going to get a shot. We may not score on it, but we're going to get a shot. But again, I'm old school. I wish they'd do away with the 3-point line because that's all. I mean, that's all. Some of them never go past the 3-point line.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I've told, and Porter and Chase can attest to this, and my freshman that came up this year can attest to it. I always say, if you will make an inside shot first, your outside shot will come.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't make the outside shot, go inside. And I don't see a lot of going inside. I saw Chase. He took the ball in a couple times. But then, oh my gosh, you're going up against Smith County, and we have played all of those schools. They're in our that's who we play every year. I already knew what they were going to be like, and then you put them all together because Forks River has been good. Defeated has been good. There's a couple kids that have come out of the middle school. They've had a couple kids that transferred from Gordonsville and stuff like. I mean, like they over there, they kind of have open enrollment, so you just choose the high school you want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And I just knew they were going to be good. And if you don't have, like he said, something, we're going to be good at this. You got to have something. You got to have a go-to.
Right.
Got to have a go-to to score, and then let the rest of it play out. I don't know.
Coach, the two teams DeKalb matched up with this week, very talented. Both, I thought, moved the ball exceptionally well. They passed the ball exceptionally well. Cannon, at times last night, just got in the rhythm, hitting shots from beyond the arc. Just great shots. But DeKalb County didn't fold. I mean, it ends up around a 30-point game last night. That's one thing about this team. It didn't quit either night against tough competition. Coach Agee's got some players that want to win. They're going to compete no matter what the score is on the board. That's one thing you can build on there. He's got, especially, again, you look even his younger group, he's got guys that really want to go out and compete night in and night out.
We talked earlier, and I think Coach has even alluded to it, that, the offense needs to run through John Hendricks.
Mm-hmm.
And you think there's been some games where he scored 5 points. Last night he had 8 points, and whether he's just not hitting his shot, not taking good shots, trying to force it a little bit too much, being one of the seniors on this team. The only senior and 3 juniors? Is that right?
I think that's correct.
No, isn't Duke a senior?
Duke is a senior.
Okay.
Yes, he is. I'm sorry.
Man, I'm getting old.
Duke's a senior, and there's another
the 3
senior.
I think there's
Wheeler.
Yes. Yeah, I think Wheeler
Wheeler's
is
a senior?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But, I mean, he's the one with the floor experience.
Yeah.
But what I did like to see out of Coach Agee last night, and he talked about it, and we've talked about it, since our existence, is the rotation of players. Smith County, he made his first substitution with 6 minutes to go in the half.
Mm-hmm.
And your guys are going to get gassed. And he knows that.
Yeah.
And he has to have confidence in his players before he puts them on the floor. I get that part too. He made 2 more subs with 4 minutes to go. And that was pretty much it in the first half of the Smith County.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, he was rolling guys in. I know he was at least 8 deep, possibly 9 in the first half.
Yeah.
And getting those guys on the floor, trying to find out a chemistry of a group of 5 that's going to be able to play together and get what he needs offensively and defensively. So I was really proud of that. And again, the scoring is not on one set of shoulders. It's sporadic. It's set through. Porter Hancock, he's going to get you points. Barnes is going to get you points. When he's shooting the ball well, John Hendricks is going to get you points. But
yeah.
The one thing that I've noticed that's been missing that I didn't see a prominent post player for either Smith County or DeKalb County. Yes, they've got some guys that are tall that are protecting the rim, but they're not offensive threats.
Yeah.
Cornwell, as big as he is, 6'6", he's not an offensive threat.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get rebounds and he's going to protect the rim a little bit. And I think the same thing for Cannon County. They've got 2 6'4", 6'5" guys that they're not a threat offensively.
Right.
They're there for defensive purposes, and they roll them out pretty good. It's going to be scarier when DeKalb runs against a team that has a good, solid post player.
But I thought Drew Cook came in and did an excellent job against Cornwell.
He did.
He's a sophomore.
He absolutely
did. He bodied up with him very well, kept him from scoring a couple times, which See, we didn't know about Cornwell when we had to play defeated, and we had a pretty good Porter and Drew's 8th grade year. I was like, I got a pretty good shot at beating defeated, and then we get there and they have a 6'4", 6'5" kid, and I'm like, where did you find him at? And they're like, oh, he moved here from Trousdale, and I was like, Wayne, because me and the boys coach are really good friends, and I was like, this is not fair. I was like, he's ineligible. He's ineligible. He's like, you can't do that to me.
Yeah, we talked about Drew, about how he's able to use his body, and against Cornwell, held his own, got some rebounds, scored 8 points. And, I'm thinking, he had to have been schooled by Dallas, to learn some of that stuff that he's got.
He's the baby. He's been picked on.
But yeah, he's a good presence.
I thought that they did. I thought against Smith County. I didn't see the Cannon County game, of course, but I thought against Smith County, there were bright spots. I saw Chase Young take it to the basket against one of their better defenders, and he was much taller than Chase, and he scored. I saw John Hendricks pull some good rebounds, and these are just some things that stuck out in my mind. Drew coming in and playing. I thought that, I can't think of his name. I don't know. I got to see his face. What is one of the other starters?
Young, Barnes, Hancock, Hendricks.
Logan
had some really good moves going to the basket, and he became a little bit of a post presence, but then I think he got in foul trouble, kind of got tired. So, I mean, like you said, I'm glad to see they rotated a little bit more. And you're going to find a different combination every team you play, because certain kids are going to match up better against other kids. I don't think when you're not a dominant team, you got to find your matchups and who's hitting that night. I mean, it's going to change every night who's hitting.
Well, I think what you're seeing out of that high school team right now is indicative of what that team is. It's young, like you said. It's really young, and yes, it's got 2 or 3 upper varsity players on it. But I think if you talk to anybody, Coach Agee especially, he's counting on Elliott Barnes to be his go-to shooter. And so, but he's a sophomore, okay? And so that's a lot to lay on a kid that young. And if you've noticed the season, he's had games where he's just went crazy and was by far the leading scorer, and then he's disappeared in a couple of games. And that's so much of an example of youth in a team. And so you talk about Drew Cook, another very overlooked player on that team. Porter Hancock, those two are the same body type. Logan Duke, he is a shooter, and so what they've done and what they've showed so far is exactly what I thought they would look like so far, because they are having to depend on so much youth. Look for them to really show out a little bit more once you get into the second half where you're in that district play. And let's face it, maybe outside of Macon County, might be in some easier competition.
A lot of games between now and then to work on things, and for young players to get more on the court action. That's going to do nothing but help.
And you're thinking about it, John Hendricks is probably the only kid that's had playing time.
Yeah.
Because you've got freshmen or you got sophomores mostly. Chase didn't get a ton of time last year.
Chase. Yes.
I mean, Elliott didn't get. They're still going to grow a little bit, get a little bit stronger. There's a lot for Coach Agee to work with.
You think about that body combo of Chase Young, Porter Hancock, and Drew Cook. That's pretty impressive. 3 of your 5 out there. Once those guys have time to gel and really become, a basketball team, we may see some damage.
All right, we're going to have more basketball talk later in the program. We'll touch on DeKalb Middle and DeKalb West School. What do we, excuse me, I'm clogged up. Thank you, Kelly, your sausage pinwheels. No, Kelly made breakfast second time in the 6 seconds show in a row. It's going to become a habit, right?
It looked horrible.
It doesn't matter if food looks bad. It matters if food tastes good.
Let the food expert here make that determination. I give it out of 10 stars. 12-star.
No,
All right.
no. It wasn't that good.
All right, we won't talk about any more food, but we will talk about the football coaching search. We're in day 37. What we're hearing and what's the holdup. We'll talk a little bit about that. But we got some great guests in the house. Next segment, we've got Lady Tiger basketball star Allie Melton. Allie committed to Bryan College this week. We're going to talk to her about that decision and about the Lady Tiger season. We're going to talk DeKalb County Junior Pro basketball coming up in our third segment today. Seth and Ashleigh Braseel are in the house, and we're going to talk about Junior Pro. Find out what's going on there. Plenty of show left. Stick around. Grab some sausage pinwheels if you have them handy. And join us for our next segment coming up of DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
At DeKalb County Insurance, we proudly support our local sports teams, always rooting for the Saints, Bulldogs, Tigers, and Vols. And off the field, we're here for our community too, helping you understand your Medicare options with care and clarity. We're not affiliated with Medicare, but we're here to help you make informed decisions by finding the best plan that fits your healthcare needs. Open enrollment for 2025 runs from October 15th to December 7th. Give us a call to set up your Medicare evaluation at 615-597-0660, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please note, we do not offer every plan available in your area. Any information we provide is limited to plans we do offer. Go to Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE to get information on all of your options.
Prompt, professional, and courteous healthcare services. That's what you find when you visit Good Health Family Clinic, 414 East Broad Street in Smithville. When you're on the go, you can't afford to be sick. The staff at Good Health Family Clinic is committed to getting you back on your feet and feeling better as soon as possible. They are locally owned, so you know you're being helped by people from right here at home, who you know and trust. Good Health Family Clinic accepts most insurances and is currently accepting new patients. Call to schedule an appointment, 615-597-4432. Good Health Family Clinic. Your family's good health is our mission.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
Home Services is your trusted partner for comprehensive excavation and septic solutions. With a combined 30 years of experience, our team of skilled professionals deliver reliable, high-quality work for both residential and commercial projects. We understand the unique challenges of Middle Tennessee's terrain and provide customized services. From basic excavation to complex septic system installations, we have the expertise and equipment to handle jobs of any size or complexity. Put us to work for you. Home Services, 615-597-6287.
In the heart of Smithville, by the tranquil waters of Center Hill Lake, one name stands out in real estate: Lake Homes Realty and the Tony Luna Group. With over 25 years of experience and a track record of over $100 million in local sales, Tony Luna is the expert you can trust. Whether you're selling your cherished home or seeking that perfect lakeside retreat, Tony's commitment ensures you'll get top dollar for your property. Call 615-210-9522 and take the first step towards your real estate success.
Liberty Auto Glass and Calibrations has served the Upper Cumberland area as a premier auto glass shop since 2011. Located at 1620 South Jefferson Avenue in Cookeville, our business offers chipped glass repair, glass replacement, windshield repair, and much more. Plus, on-site service is available. We also offer free mobile installation. We look forward to assisting our customers with any and all windshield repairs. For all your auto glass needs, stop by Liberty Auto Glass and Calibrations. Phone 931-979-7339.
At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that this life is a journey filled with highs and lows. Just as every game has its final whistle, so too does every life have its final moment. When that time comes, Love Cantrell Funeral Home would love the opportunity to earn your trust. We provide compassionate care and professional services to fit your family's financial needs. Love Cantrell Funeral Home has been a proud sponsor of all DeKalb County athletics for over 65 years. Love Cantrell Funeral Home, where love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Care makes for better banking. It's what turns transactions into trust and customers into neighbors. At Wellworth Bank, we see the people behind the numbers, the families building futures. the dreamers starting new journeys. We believe care should come standard because you're worth it. You always have been. Wellworth Bank. Care in common.
Ranger brake offers made in the USA, assembled in the USA, and world-sourced brake lines so that they can meet all levels of market demand. That helps them maintain a good, better, and best approach to giving customers the options they need to succeed with ease. Ranger Brake has a second-to-none qualifying process which ensures each and every product is certified before it's actually sold in the USA. By providing qualified products that are tested in the USA, Ranger Brake is doing their part to keep it safe out on the roads. Ranger Brake, proud supporters of all DeKalb County athletics.
Smithville Church of Christ invites you to come worship with us. Smithville Church of Christ believes that God is a relational being who exists as Father, Son, and Spirit. That human beings have a created likeness to God which makes each of us eternally valuable. That salvation is the free gift of God, received through faith and expressed through confession, repentance, and baptism. That personal transformation, a process initiated by God's grace, gathers momentum as our will is increasingly brought into alignment with God's will. Come visit Smithville Church of Christ any Sunday or Wednesday night as we study together and worship our Lord. For 20 years, Southern Landscape Supply has been serving DeKalb County and the Upper Cumberland with everything you need to keep your lawn looking its best. From grass seed and fertilizer to top quality mowers and tractors, we've got you covered. And when it comes time for maintenance, our full parts and service department is here to keep your equipment running strong. Whether you're tackling the backyard or the back 40, trust your hometown experts at Southern Landscape Supply. Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville.
DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance. We are honored this morning to have with us DeKalb County High School Lady Tiger Senior and Bryan College commitment. I went blank as I could be. I was sitting there, I was thinking, Addie, no. Old guy brain just went. Allie, I apologize. We just sitting here talking, and I don't know why for the life of me, I could see letter A, and that was it. How are you this morning?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Y'all had a tough game last night over at Cannon County, and big comeback in the fourth quarter. Kind of walk us through what was going on during the comeback. I know y'all were so emotional and fired up out there. Walk us through that fourth period, what was going on, and then kind of up to the end, what happened there.
So we knew we could compete with them.
Yeah.
We did last year, and we knew we could continue doing it this year, especially after they lost a couple of their good players. So our main goal was to just chip away at the scoreboard to where even if they didn't notice the comeback, we could slowly come back and get ourselves back in the game where we needed to be. And we were never really that far out of the game either. So our main goal was move the ball around, get the right shots. If we drive in, try to get to the free throw line and just slowly chip away at it. Yeah.
Early on, y'all had a 9-4 lead, and then they kind of went on a run. I think Coach said at one point, he kind of 18-2, something like that. What's happening there, and how do you hold your composure together while they're on that run?
So part of it is understanding it's only the first quarter. We have the entire rest of the game to come back up.
Yeah.
So even though they start to get ahead, we can't rush our own gameplay just because we're down.
Right.
We've got to play at our speed and take the right shots to come back.
I've seen teams that do that. They kind of get in panic mode. Is this a team that doesn't do that, do you feel like, has got that composure?
We used to really bad, and I feel like we've gotten a whole lot better about it on just working on breathing and not be like, oh, my goodness, we're down by this much. We got to come back in this amount of time.
Whether it's you, whether it's Chloe, both, or somebody else, who leads this team on the court?
I'd say Chloe Van Rankin does.
Okay. What in the locker room, is she also got that leadership aspect there?
Mm-hmm. Between her and Jordan Agee, they are very vocal in the locker room and they will tell us, hey, we've got this. Hey, if we do this, it'll work.
Right. Kelly, I saw you laughing over there. You heard Jordan.
I can't imagine Jordan saying anything.
She gets a little fired up on the court.
Well, she is a whole lot like her mom was.
Allie, what's the strongest part of your game you feel like at this point?
I'd feel like on the defensive end, putting the ball pressure, seeing the steals going for him and rebounding too. I think it was our Boyd Christian game. I had 9 rebounds with them.
Yeah.
And I'm averaging, I want to say 5. So this year I've gotten the approval for Jordan and Chloe to get back and me to go in to go rebound.
Right.
Since both of them have gotten a lot better about getting back, being able to handle the one-on-one situation.
It impresses me that you went right to defense. A lot of people want to say, well, you're scoring the ball or this offensively. You take a lot of pride in defense, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm. I've never really been a really big offensive scorer. I'll drive in, and if I don't have it, I'll look to kick out. I want to take the best possible shot, so I look for the assist if I do not have the wide open goal.
Is that something that's always kind of been ingrained in you, that to go for those little things that maybe don't, everybody's not talking about, everybody wants to talk about who scored? Is that always though been your mindset?
Mm-hmm. So in elementary school, when I played at Centertown, we had a post player that was about a good 6 inches taller than everybody else. So our main goal was, drive, get it to her, get the easy shot. So since I'd say 4th, 5th grade, it was drive in, try to get it to the post if we can, look for the kick out, don't go in, and just throw it up.
I know these two have got a lot of questions too, but I want to touch on Bryan College first of all, before we get into them. Why Bryan College?
It is really close to home, and I want my family to be able to come and watch me play, and I can still come back on the weekends for, family events. And they have the exact degree I want as well. I wouldn't have to change my major, unlike the other schools that I received offers from.
One thing you mentioned before we went on the air, you've almost got your freshman year of classes completed. How is that going to help you moving into Bryan and getting settled, and from a basketball perspective as well?
So when it comes to my academics at Bryan, most of my prereqs are already done. So once I complete, I want to say maybe 5 other classes, I can almost go directly into the nursing program to get my degree and be in and out in about 3 years.
That's fantastic. That is really awesome. Kelly?
So I want to talk about your degree first, because I've heard, and I'm trying to gauge, because I've heard different things. Do you like the fact that you can go in and you're going to have so much done, but like you said, you had an offer from Roan State, but you couldn't go to Roan State because?
So it would take, since I almost have my entire freshman year done, with Roan being a community college, it would only give me about a year of playing. And if I'm going to go somewhere and commit and go play ball, I want as much time as possible.
Sure.
So I was just wondering that does affect, do you feel like will you have to sit this for, like, as a freshman and going into college, do you feel like you're going to have to sit, or do you feel like there's going to be an opportunity to go in and straight play at Bryan? I don't know what their classmen are.
I think there's going to be a good opportunity if I decide I want to put in the work and notice that if I can outbeat anybody and work to do it, that I could have a good shot.
Now, are any of your classmates going to school with you?
Mm-mm.
Do you love that, or are you dreading that?
I'm kind of in the middle about it, because I transferred sophomore year. I didn't grow up with these people like everybody else did.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, there's a connection, but it's not the same as if I would have stayed at Warren County and went with these people throughout all of school.
You seem to have the kind of personality where you gravitate toward people anyway, that you're a people type person. That helps more than if you're a little bit more withdrawn. I mean, you seem like you don't meet a stranger, you won't have a hard time making friends.
I'll be quiet at first, but I'll sit and I'll observe people,
right.
See what they're like, and then I'll slowly start to inject myself into the conversation.
See, Coach, she's been sitting and watching all, if you've been watching Casey, don't judge us by that. Coach, go ahead.
Sticking on the college theme, will you graduate with an associate's degree?
So if I would have taken more classes my sophomore year, I could have, but I didn't want to. That way, if I did get to the opportunity to play college ball, I would still have more eligibility remaining.
But that's still great, and a lot of students, we've had some at DeKalb County that have graduated with an associate's degree before they graduated and walked across the stage at high school, a lot of that. But it's great that you're able to walk through with your first year being done. Your dad, how much of an influence has he been on the court? Does he teach? Does he instruct? Does he try to coach? What are the rides like, home?
So normally after a game, I'll tell my grandparents bye, and my dad will be the first person I'll go talk to after a game. We'll go over everything I could have done differently, just like different scenarios or like different mistakes I could have made. And we'll go over of what the better options could have been, what I could do to fix it, and then we'll go over the positives and be like, hey, you still did this even though you messed up on this.
Do his critiques kind of fall in line with the coach's critiques?
Not always.
Early on in the season, what are the strengths of the Lady Tigers basketball team?
Definitely our guards. With us having 3 decent ball handlers, Chloe and Jordan and me, we can generally get the ball down the floor, whether it be isolating and going one-on-one like we did at Cannon, or having to pull a post player up, get it to the middle and reverse it and kick it down the floor.
What is the same Lady Tigers team going to have to do to get better and make a deep run to the playoffs?
So rebounding is going to be a big thing for us. Just looking at the numbers of offensive rebounds we've given up, we've got to be able to go in and be strong and pull the ball down.
Tight group?
Mm-hmm.
Good in the locker room?
Mm-hmm.
That's about all you can ask for.
With kind of the smaller roster, a lot of the younger players are getting time to play. Has that been by design? Do you know, with the Coach Allie like to keep a few number of players to be able to be able to work everybody into a game?
We would like to have a few more. We started with 11, and one of them ended up quitting throughout conditioning and stuff. We would like to have a bigger team that way, when injuries happen, when players get sick, we have that deep bench to rotate through. But at the same time, everyone's getting floor time. That way, everyone can start improving.
Right. The district is something we've talked quite a bit about. It's a change this year. For a long time, it's been the Upperman, it's been Livingston, it's been White County. You're playing some of these teams out of district, but do the players like the change to the new district, or would you rather play against? I mean, let's be honest, they're the elite teams in Class 4A. Some of them. What do you like better?
I do like that we're in a different district, and yes, Upperman and Sparta were really good competition for us to get better. But it can also mess with the players mentally, getting beat by 30, 40.
Sure.
Especially Upperman pressing, still having their starters and going into the fourth quarter being up by 40.
Right. Yeah, yeah. It's a little hard on the mindset. That's kind of what I was curious about. Now, in terms of Bryan, we were talking about this before we went on the air, too. You've actually already signed your letter of intent, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they've not announced it, but I mean, it's a done deal.
Yes.
All right.
I kind of think it can't until a certain date.
She said the 16th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I mean, like, there's just regulations. I know when I signed, there was regulations. You couldn't do it till a certain date.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's for everybody. That way, if she decides to change her mind.
Well, if we announced it too soon, just erase all that part we just talked about. But what are you most excited about getting to Bryan?
I'm excited. It's a new atmosphere. It's a new level, new people to play against, new teammates.
Yeah. I hear they have a great fishing program down there. You might want to get involved in that, possibly.
You will know one other student, but I just went blank. Jackson Humphreys is down there. I know he's fishing. Now, did Katie have any influence on you going?
So I never knew Katie.
Okay.
I've heard people talk about her a lot, and I've went back and I've watched some of her old games. I think she graduated the year before I got into high school.
Okay.
So,
well, we wish you the very best throughout the rest of this season. You play hard. I was watching you specifically last night just to get some talking points today, and you all play so hard, and that's one thing that stood out about this basketball team. These early season games. Yeah, you want to win, but you want to get better because when you get to district competition, that's when the games really matter. And I think you all are going to just continue to improve. We wish you the best throughout, and don't be a stranger when you get to college. We want some updates. We want to keep you, keep an eye on you and have you come back and visit with us. All right. All right. We sure appreciate it. Allie Melton joining us this morning, member of the Lady Tiger basketball team. She'll be playing collegiately at Bryan College next year. Taking a few minutes out to talk with us here on DC Blitz. We'll switch gears and talk some DeKalb County Junior Pro when we come back. This is DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise. But Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent is DeKalb County Insurance. Get a quote today at DeKalbInsurance.net.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at ErieInsurance.com. Go to ErieInsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Prompt, professional, and courteous healthcare services. That's what you find when you visit Good Health Family Clinic, 414 East Broad Street in Smithville. When you're on the go, you can't afford to be sick. The staff at Good Health Family Clinic is committed to getting you back on your feet and feeling better as soon as possible. They are locally owned, so you know you're being helped by people from right here at home, who you know and trust. Good Health Family Clinic accepts most insurances and is currently accepting new patients. Call to schedule an appointment, 615-597-4432. Good Health Family Clinic. Your family's good health is our mission.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb Sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
Ignite HVAC Electrical and Plumbing is one of the top HVAC contractors in Middle Tennessee, offering both residential and commercial sales, installation, and services. We want to set ourselves apart from the rest of the HVAC industry by providing a seamless experience from your project start to finish. We are constantly improving our skills to continue to meet every expectation for our customers. Let Ignite serve your HVAC electrical and plumbing needs. 615-597-0100.
In the heart of Smithville, by the tranquil waters of Center Hill Lake, one name stands out in real estate: Lake Homes Realty and the Tony Luna Group. With over 25 years of experience and a track record of over $100 million in local sales, Tony Luna is the expert you can trust. Whether you're selling your cherished home or seeking that perfect lakeside retreat, Tony's commitment ensures you'll get top dollar for your property. Call 615-210-9522 and take the first step towards your real estate success.
Liberty Auto Glass and Calibrations has served the Upper Cumberland area as a premier auto glass shop since 2011. Located at 1620 South Jefferson Avenue in Cookeville, our business offers chipped glass repair, glass replacement, windshield repair, and much more. Plus, on-site service is available. We also offer free mobile installation. We look forward to assisting our customers with any and all windshield repairs. For all your auto glass needs, stop by Liberty Auto Glass and Calibrations. Phone 931-979-7339.
Just like the excitement of the big game, life is filled with unforgettable moments. At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that when the final moment comes, you want to honor those moments with dignity and care. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived or finding solace in a time of grief, our compassionate staff is here to provide the support you need. Love Cantrell Funeral Home is a proud sponsor of DeKalb County Athletics through 3 generations. At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Care makes for better banking. It's what turns transactions into trust and customers into neighbors. At Wellworth Bank, we see the people behind the numbers, the families building futures, the dreamers starting new journeys. We believe care should come standard because you're worth it. You always have been. Wellworth Bank. Care in common.
Brain Your Brake offers made in the USA, assembled in the USA, and world-sourced brake lines so that they can meet all levels of market demand. That helps them maintain a good, better, and best approach to giving customers the options they need to succeed with ease. Ranger Brake has a second-to-none qualifying process which ensures each and every product is certified before it's actually sold in the USA. By providing qualified products that are tested in the USA, Ranger Brake is doing their part to keep it safe out on the roads. Ranger Brake, proud supporters of all DeKalb County athletics.
Smithville Church of Christ invites you to come worship with us. Smithville Church of Christ believes that God is a relational being who exists as Father, Son, and Spirit. That human beings have a created likeness to God which makes each of us eternally valuable. That salvation is the free gift of God, received through faith and expressed through confession, repentance, and baptism. That personal transformation, a process initiated by God's grace, gathers momentum as our will is increasingly brought into alignment with God's will. Come visit Smithville Church of Christ any Sunday or Wednesday night as we study together and worship our Lord.
Bad Boy Mowers' legendary reputation for strength, performance, and value is now available with Bad Boy tractors. From mid-size to subcompact models powered by 22 to 35 horsepower water-cooled diesel engines, your tractor work just got real easy. On the farm, the ranch, or even around the house, Bad Boy tractors deliver power and durability all day, every day. Bad Boy tractors work with an attitude. Find your big boy tractor at Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville. Visit them online at thesouthernlandscapesupply.com.
DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance. Oh,
Outtakes are the best. Come join us in person.
Yeah.
We need a live studio audience.
No, we don't.
Yeah, all we got is Daniel, and he's like, gosh, these people need help.
He gets tired of our nonsense after so many takes of this.
Straight jackets for everybody. We are happy to be joined this morning by Seth and Ashleigh Braseel of DeKalb Junior Pro. Seth, we were talking, he's a veteran. He was with us last year. And Ashleigh, first time, said she's a little nervous. And Casey's like, why in the world would you be nervous being on this show?
Y'all go easy on me.
We just have fun and talk sports. Junior Pro is already underway, I assume, Seth. When does the season get started?
Next weekend.
Oh, it's next weekend. Okay, so the games officially have not started.
Not yet.
How many teams, how many divisions do you have, and how many kids are playing?
We have.
Wait, just hold on just a minute. So, did you notice who answered?
Yeah, I noticed.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just had to think about it more.
You asked the question. Here's Seth.
We always like to say I'm in charge of the organization and he's in charge of the implementation. So
I figured he was in charge of the league and you're in charge of him. So go ahead, Ashleigh.
We this year we actually have over 270 kids that have signed
fantastic.
up. And compared to last year, we had 220. So
yeah.
We start off from kindergarten and first grade, and we go all the way up to 6th through 8th grade boys. We have 29 teams total. We probably we had enough kids to really make more teams, but the problem became, finding coaches, of course.
Right.
Having, space to play games, because we go Friday night, 6, 7, and 8, and we start Saturday morning, and we're there all day Saturday till Saturday night. So,
wow.
Yeah, we could have made more teams, but it just became like a practice space issue and game space issue and whatnot.
What do you look for in a coach for Junior Pro?
We want someone who is not only focused on winning, but we want them to be passionate about teaching the fundamentals to the kids. Junior Pro is very much a development league. It's not AAU ball. But we just want people who's going to, pour into the kids. We want to make them better. We want them to walk away with the foundations.
Let's start, because you're talking about kindergarten all the way to 8th grade. That's a huge difference in what you're teaching. What are you working with on them at that kindergarten, first grade, second grade level? And really, what point are they at, let's say, in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade level?
You want to? We like to joke around that our training league is kind of like herding cats. The main things that we're focused on in training league is just learning how to dribble the ball. Taking the ball to the goal. Bless their hearts, they want to send a 3-point line and lob that ball in there. But we really are wanting to encourage them to driving the ball in. We work on man-to-man defense. That's what we mainly focus on in that age group. And
right.
Just the basic fundamentals to set them up, to build on later. And all the way up through 6th through 8th grade boys, we pretty much just play straight basketball with them, just, as they would in school.
How many games are there? I know you have a tournament at the end of the year, so kind of walk us through, how many regular season games and all the way up to tournament time.
So we have to fit everything in. So we play 2 weekends in December, and then we typically break for Christmas. We start back in January, and we play all the way up until March. Usually the last weekend in March is our championship, our final tournament games.
I know last year we were going to try to work it out to broadcast the championship games, and I ended up having a wedding to DJ. So maybe we can work that out this year.
We'd love to have you this year.
That would be a lot of fun. Kelly? Wake up, Kelly. She's full of sausage and anger.
So how many kids are pretty much on each team?
Well, we range anywhere from, I think the least amount of kids is maybe 8 on a team up until some teams have 11. So we, like I said, we were really wanting to try to make more teams to cut down on that so kids get more playing time. But, we range anywhere from 8 on a team to 11.
That's great.
What age group has the most teams in it?
That would be training league. They have, I would say, probably 30% of the league is training league.
Wow, that's the herding cats part of it.
But that is, and it's probably the same when you go to T-ball and you go to thing. That's the year they decide, by second grade, they're kind of like, do I like this or do I not like this?
And let me piggyback on that, because you want them to love basketball. You don't force them to love basketball. But what are some things maybe the program does, coaches do, to try to, encourage these kids if to really, you can't make them love the sport, but, show them the good aspects of basketball?
You want to talk?
He's done. He is done.
He showed up.
He did.
Seth knew his role. Get Ashleigh to the show.
That is it.
We one thing that we implemented the first year when we took it over 3 years ago is giving each kid an opportunity to be called out at the beginning of the game. We play intro music. We call out the starters. And we be sure, to rotate through the training league so everybody gets a chance to be a starter.
That's awesome.
But the kids get hyped up. Seth is a big kid himself. He goes out there and plays with the kids. And we just want them to have fun. That's the main thing we're focused on. We don't want to focus on winning.
That's it. Yeah.
Just make them have fun.
Do you let Casey Midget anywhere around any of this stuff?
I got a funny story about Casey Midget.
We love Casey's stories.
Oh, jeez. Who doesn't have a funny story about me?
I told Seth I was going to look for an opportunity to bring this up. I guess it was last season, wasn't it? Maybe the season before.
It was season 4. But if you're firing, he can fire back.
I've got to tell it.
We can mute his mic.
Casey had a player who I think he'd had for several years, and he finally made his first shot, his first goal in the game. And we look over, and Casey has taken off his shirt, and he is waving it in the air like a helicopter. And me and Seth look at each other like, I'm sure LaVonda was embarrassed.
Yeah, that's a hot topic around Thanksgiving and Christmas at the Midget household.
That could not have been the first time LaVonda was embarrassed. But is there video of that? Please tell me there's video of that.
I'm a local legend.
You are. All right, Casey, jump in here.
I'll save mine for last. I feel like I usurped Coach's chair here. I don't want to take his question.
Well.
You'll take his question. We'll be mad at you.
Yeah.
I'll take all the coaches' questions out of the gate.
And now they're taking my time. I'm going to get back into the technicalities of playing in your league, I guess. Are there stipulations? Are there rules? You've got 11 people on a team. How do you ensure that each one of those gets equal amount of minutes, or can you do that? And talk about that a little bit.
You want to talk on that?
Books.
We one of our rules is that every player has to play one continuous full quarter. And the way we keep, the first quarter, we make sure that whoever starts in the first quarter, we try not to we tell them they can't start in the second quarter. And that just gives every kid an equal opportunity to play. We encourage coaches to not leave your best kids in the whole time, to rotate kids in, just so that, everybody gets to be a part of it.
Right.
Your coaches, I'm sure they try to manipulate this. So what is the biggest problem with that?
We actually had a discussion with some coaches last night about the subbing rule, and, they don't all love that you have to make your starting five sit out the second quarter. But, we just told them it's about, we just reminded them it's not about winning. It's about, promoting skills and just everybody having fun and teaching good fundamentals. So,
Seth, this is directed to you. We're going to get you to open up here.
It's about time.
We're going kindergarten through 8th grade. Your officials, are they calling things at the 8th grade level that they're not going to be calling at kindergarten? Talk about that.
Yes, they're very more strict. And, 2nd through 8th is more like you would in middle school or anything else. There's a couple different rules that we, like 2nd, 3rd grade, they walk a little bit more. So they have this little leniency that they do. Like they get to walk 1 or 2 times, and then after that they get a warning. Hey, you're walking, and then after that they'll start calling it. And then, but other than that, the training league, we just use one ref for the training league, and because I mean they're literally everywhere. They're not really paying attention. They're just after one thing, and it's after the ball.
So by the time they get to 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, are they being officiated maybe like they would be at the middle school level?
Yes.
Okay.
Good. One thing we're focusing on, and we're trying to get coaches to focus on, is man-to-man defense and not playing a zone. There's a lot of research out there that, zone defense isn't the best thing to teach kids the fundamentals of basketball. So we're really trying to encourage them to do man-to-man and less zone so they can build those skills. But 6th or 8th grade, they can play zone man-to-man. We strongly encourage man-to-man in the younger groups just to build those fundamentals.
Mm-hmm. All right, Casey.
Well,
Casey lost his focus. He's seeing if there's any food left.
Yeah. Those pinwheels, man. I am a huge fan. I'm just telling you. You can cook for me anytime you want to.
Jake says the same thing, but I don't like cooking.
So, I think it would be interesting. So, all right. So, when do y'all play games?
We play Friday nights at 6, 7, and 8 o'clock, and then we come back Saturday mornings, and then we're there all day from 9 o'clock till the last game usually ends about 7 o'clock that night.
All right, so it's next week's game week.
Yep.
Take us through your schedule for next week, including Friday and Saturday.
Well, it starts with practices throughout the week. Seth is in charge of Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. He's having to run to the old middle school gym, elementary school, Smith Elementary in Northside. He unlocks the gyms every night at 5:30 for everybody. And then at 8:30 when practices are over, he has to go lock the gyms every night. So that's where we start.
Wow.
Thursday I usually make a concession stand run at Sam's. And so I go get the groceries. When Friday comes, I'm there at Northside about 4 o'clock, getting everything ready in the concession stand. Where Seth is getting everything set up, and then, games begin on Friday nights. We usually leave, 10 o'clock on
Probably.
Friday nights, and we're right back there, 8 o'clock Saturday mornings, and we're literally there all day.
Are all the games being played at Northside?
They are, yes.
Till when? When do you leave?
On Saturday nights?
Yeah.
When the gym's cleaned up?
Yeah, it's we're the very last ones.
I mean, what time would you think that would be on average?
Sometimes she leaves before me, but we got a bunch of kids to wrangle up too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, like 8, 9, 10?
I'd say like 9:30. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many hours would you say in a game week that you've put in?
More than my full-time job hours,
Yeah.
probably.
I was going to say, I bet.
Yeah.
What does the league pay you?
Nothing.
So that's what I'm getting at.
Mhm.
It is an incredible amount of work that you two put in on this. And I sometimes think that people don't understand that. Like
They don't.
I think they think you're paid, or because why would anybody do that if you weren't paid? And I think that's a real testament to both of y'all about how much caring you have for the kids, because that has to be what it is. You don't handle the money. I mean, it's not like, it's one of them deals where you could be close to the money and possibly skim some off. You don't even touch the money. And so it is a true honor. You honor the community by your willingness to be able to do
Absolutely.
that. And I think about like Kelly here. When she was coaching, I mean, she gets a stipend, I guess. What have you done with that stipend yet? So it's nothing is what I'm getting at.
I haven't noticed it out of my paycheck.
Yeah. So I have a huge amount of respect for you two, especially because it is the biggest youth league in the county by far, with the most kids, by far the biggest. And to be able to have that many moving parts and still not like show up in public with a sniper rifle or something, is very it's very admirable. And I say all that to say this. and I'm talking to John Q. Public out here now. If you have a kid in training in any youth sport, you better be awful careful before you run that mouth, because unless you're out there ready to volunteer and you're doing everything that you can to better something, I think 2 or 3 times before I said something negative about something that's, you don't like about a particular league. If you've got people like this, if you don't have them, you don't have that league, period, and you have nothing to complain about. So I wanted to make sure that was brought out, because I've been there, but not on that level. And I know Matt Quarles was before you guys, and he did all of that as well. And look what he's doing now. It just it keeps going. And so I wanted to thank you on behalf of all of our kids in the county for all that you're doing for them.
Thank you, Casey. We love to serve the community and, building the relationships with these kids. By the end of the season, we know every one of them by name, and building relationships with the refs, Connor Vance, Jordan Young, the coaches, they become like family. So it's a blessing for sure.
We do sincerely, all of us as well, thank you for all you do, because like Casey said, it's a lot of work and there's no money involved, but you love it. We know that. If you didn't, you wouldn't be part of it. So thank you all for what you do. Did want to mention, you mentioned games on Friday, games on Saturday. Let's encourage people. Hey, you don't have to have a kid playing to come out and support these kids. They love when there's fans out there cheering for them. Is there an admission fee to come to the games?
There is. School-age kids are free, but everybody else is $5.
But that you can't beat that. I mean, go on a Saturday and spend all day for $5 watching basketball and supporting our kids.
Or watching the parents in the stands.
That might be even important.
I hear stories about, you should have seen so-and-so.
Get out, support our junior pro. Support our kids. If you don't want to volunteer, that's one thing. I know a lot of people don't maybe have time, but at least come out and watch the kids. If you do have some time to volunteer, Seth and Ashleigh, I'm sure you could find something for somebody to do if they want to be part of it, correct?
Absolutely.
Thank y'all so much for coming out this morning. We appreciate it. And hopefully maybe we can have you back a little later on in the season, and we'll be keeping an eye on March, and maybe we can make something work with DC Blitz to come out and do a little spotlight for these kids. We would love to do that. Seth and Ashleigh Braseel of DeKalb Junior Pro joining us on the program. We'll come back. We'll talk some football. We got a little more basketball to get to, and the announcement of the Good Health Family Clinic Student Athlete of the Week. Plenty more to come on DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
At DeKalb County Insurance, we proudly support our local sports teams, always rooting for the Saints, Bulldogs, Tigers, and Vols. And off the field, we're here for our community too, helping you understand your Medicare options with care and clarity. We're not affiliated with Medicare, but we're here to help you make informed decisions by finding the best plan that fits your healthcare needs. Open enrollment for 2025 runs from October 15th to December 7th. Give us a call to set up your Medicare evaluation at 615-597-0660, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please note, we do not offer every plan available in your area. Any information we provide is limited to plans we do offer. Go to Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE to get information on all of your options.
Prompt, professional, and courteous healthcare services. That's what you find when you visit Good Health Family Clinic, 414 East Broad Street in Smithville. When you're on the go, you can't afford to be sick. The staff at Good Health Family Clinic is committed to getting you back on your feet and feeling better as soon as possible. They are locally owned, so you know you're being helped by people from right here at home, who you know and trust. Good Health Family Clinic accepts most insurances and is currently accepting new patients. Call to schedule an appointment, 615-597-4432. Good Health Family Clinic. Your family's good health is our mission.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb Sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
Home Surveillance is your trusted partner in video surveillance equipment. Our team understands the critical importance of safeguarding your family and securing your business assets. We offer comprehensive solutions tailored to your specific needs, ensuring peace of mind through advanced technology and expert installation. As a locally owned and operated business, we take pride in our community and strive to build lasting relationships with our customers. Let home surveillance help you protect the things most important to you. Give us a call at 615-597-6287. In the heart of Smithville, by the tranquil waters of Center Hill Lake, one name stands out in real estate: Lake Homes Realty and the Tony Luna Group. With over 25 years of experience and a track record of over $100 million in local sales, Tony Luna is the expert you can trust. Whether you're selling your cherished home or seeking that perfect lakeside retreat, Tony's commitment ensures you'll get top dollar for your property. Call 615-210-9522 and take the first step towards your real estate success.
Liberty Auto Glass and Calibrations has served the Upper Cumberland area as a premier auto glass shop since 2011. Located at 1620 South Jefferson Avenue in Cookeville, our business offers chipped glass repair, glass replacement, windshield repair, and much more. Plus, on-site service is available. We also offer free mobile installation. We look forward to assisting our customers with any and all windshield repairs. For all your auto glass needs, stop by Liberty Auto Glass and Calibrations. Phone 931-979-7339.
At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that this life is a journey filled with highs and lows. Just as every game has its final whistle, so too does every life have its final moment. When that time comes, Love Cantrell Funeral Home would love the opportunity to earn your trust. We provide compassionate care and professional services to fit your family's financial needs. Love Cantrell Funeral Home has been a proud sponsor of all DeKalb County athletics for over 65 years. Love Cantrell Funeral Home, where love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Care makes for better banking. It's what turns transactions into trust and customers into neighbors. At Wellworth Bank, we see the people behind the numbers, the families building futures, the dreamers starting new journeys. We believe care should come standard because you're worth it. You always have been. Wellworth Bank. Care in common.
Brain Your Brake offers made in the USA, assembled in the USA, and world-sourced brake lines so that they can meet all levels of market demand. That helps them maintain a good, better, and best approach to giving customers the options they need to succeed with ease. Ranger Brake has a second-to-none qualifying process which ensures each and every product is certified before it's actually sold in the USA. By providing qualified products that are tested in the USA, Ranger Brake is doing their part to keep it safe out on the roads. Ranger Brake, proud supporters of all DeKalb County athletics.
Smithville Church of Christ invites you to come worship with us. Smithville Church of Christ believes that God is a relational being who exists as Father, Son, and Spirit. That human beings have a created likeness to God which makes each of us eternally valuable. That salvation is the free gift of God, received through faith and expressed through confession, repentance, and baptism. That personal transformation, a process initiated by God's grace, gathers momentum as our will is increasingly brought into alignment with God's will. Come visit Smithville Church of Christ any Sunday or Wednesday night as we study together and worship our Lord.
For 20 years, Southern Landscape Supply has been your hometown lawn care source in DeKalb County and the Upper Cumberland. From mowers and tractors to seed, fertilizer, parts, and service, we've got all your lawn care needs covered. Plus, we have the top name brands available, from Bad Boy to Hustler, Shindaiwa, Red Max, and more. When it comes to your lawn, don't play around with the rest when you can have the best. Southern Landscape Supply, your neighbor in lawn care. 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville.
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling-a-ring-a-ting-a-ting-a-ling-a-too. Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ting-a-dong. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with a Jew. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you.
DC Blitz.
Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with a Jew.
I'm blaming Casey Bogle.
Casey Bogle.
What? Doesn't Kelly sound good as a singer?
Yes, that's. If I only sounded that gay.
I'm doing PA for the high school games. Of course, Casey's keeping scorebooks. She comes over there and I, before I even mention anything about basketball, she's like, "Have you heard these Indian Christmas songs?" And I'm thinking, what? And so she's playing this, and I'm dying. So apparently, it's become a thing. But
it has. My daughter brought it into me the other night, and I was like, "Turn that off and go away."
Oh, my goodness. That's what we were laughing about earlier because Coach had not heard one yet. Yep. Coach, are you on? There you
I'm
are.
on something.
Okay.
Is that
there you
going to
go.
be in your Monday morning opening to class? Playing that song?
Ooh. What an idea.
There you go.
It's an attention getter.
Yeah.
Oh, me. Christmas time is here. Christmas parade is today here in Smithville. Anybody going?
Yes.
Everybody? Yeah.
The Lady Rangers have a float.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's funny. The bank's doing a float too, and I remembered it this morning.
Oh,
so
good job, Casey.
As I was coming here, I looked at John Casey this morning and said, "Hey, we got to think of a float idea and build it between the show and
not-
2 o'clock."
You're not like the other bank that just has them already pre-built.
No, I'm not that special. No. It's ours is built out of love. Let me just put it to you that way.
Well,
Built on a budget.
Yeah.
Budget friendly.
What's in the barn?
Hey, I can sell you some square bells.
I may need some square bells, actually.
well, I will be downtown. I'll probably be in and around the parade, but they have the live windows in the stores around town.
Oh, what time?
After the parade.
Oh, okay.
And I will be in one of those. I will not tell you which one nor what I will be doing, but I will be there.
Oh, well, then I will be making sure I go by and see all the windows.
Yeah, so I'll be just come down and check that out. The parade's always a fun time. I helped host that thing for I think about 25 years.
Are you still doing that?
I'm not. No, I haven't done one in about 5 years. I loved it though. I enjoyed the time doing that. Used to do it at Liberty both, and Liberty's is tomorrow, by the way. And I love their little parade. They do a great job down there.
Well, this will. We've done it every year at the bank, including last year. But you know where you set up out there at the judge's table or whatever that is there. You might not have noticed this last year though, because my truck overheated halfway through the parade. And like when I say overheated, I mean like there's people bailing out left and right. I had to pass the fairest of the fair queen, and I had to head out. But so we started the parade, but did not finish the parade.
Well, you tried.
Yeah.
What will Liberties look like without Liberty State Bank?
I don't know.
It?
I don't know. It will be.
I bet it looks like Wellworth.
No.
Well, I don't know because there's not an office there.
Yeah, the branch is closed there.
The Liberty State.
Oh,
branch.
Liberty's parade. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So, because they in the town used to give away prizes and stuff after the parade, and man, you'd get a ton of people out there for that and just the parade itself, which was always good. So, parade day again. Parade starts at 4 o'clock, and I think they take off from the Pentecostal church out there on Congress Boulevard, and they'll make their way uptown and bring the kids out. Lots of candy, plenty of candy.
I think next Sunday is Alexandria's.
Yep. 2 things you can count on with a Christmas parade always being there. Candy and horse poop.
Yeah, and you want to be in front of the horses if possible. Yeah.
And don't pick the candy out of the horse poop.
Yeah. That's funny you say that because Reed has been all fired up about like wanting to bring friends and everything to be on our float this year. And I've been puzzled by it. And then I realized, of course, I know what it is. Because you can also use candy as a weapon.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
So you say that. We used to let the basketball players at the Liberty Parade, we would do a float for the basketball players when I was coaching. And we had to make it a no candy because they were throwing it
at people, not
and
to.
And then people were calling me at school complaining about my kids throwing candy. I was like, that's fine. We won't ever throw candy again. We threw marshmallows one year, but that was it.
Marshmallows. Man, that is a good idea.
Throw s'mores. Anyway, getting back to sports, like I mentioned earlier, it's day 37 since Steve Trapp resigned as DeKalb County football coach, and we're still waiting for the announcement of the new coach. I think we've all heard rumors, this, that, the other, and
I noticed they didn't get Lane Kiffin.
They did get Lane Kiffin, unless he changes his mind about LSU, which is always a possibility.
It's always next year.
But the thing, we kind of expected an announcement toward the end of this past week. I mean, you want to take your time, get it right, all that. Casey, I know maybe you got intel through the quarterback club. I don't know. I mean, what are we waiting for? Do we know? Do we know, and we haven't announced it yet, or you think there's still a process going on?
I think there's still a process. But I also think that there's clear front runners in that as well. And listen, we all have opinions on what we think and don't think. I will say this that has been encouraging to me is I do know that people from outside of the program have applied. So there's interest in other places of people seeing what's going on here in DeKalb County, of them coming and trying to be a part of that, which I think everybody should be kind of proud of, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
So, at the same time, I personally believe that it will be someone that's within our system that will get it, and I do believe that of those options, there's some really really good options there, and so as a parent of a kid that's on that team, I'm excited. I think I appreciate what Coach Trapp's done, and I appreciate his self-awareness to know that maybe it's time for him to step back and let somebody else give a go at it. And I appreciate the work that he's put into the influence he's had on the people that's our in-house candidates here. So I feel really, really good about it. I do think that probably next week's the week that we'll hear. I'm like you. I really thought that, it would be this week. Listen, football's football. It's still king, and that's the sport. When you John Q. Public asked about a sports program, that's here. This in the South. That's 90% of the time. That's what they're really talking about. It's how good the football team is. So, here the thing that's the biggest sales for that team, I think, is the talent that's on that team. There's some talent there. It's not like the cupboard has been left bare by any chance. And so, as we talked previously, I think it behooves AD Bruce Curtis to go ahead and name this person, so that there's no other way for somebody to come in and maybe start picking people off, because don't kid yourself, it's happening, and it's already started happening, and it'll continue to happen. So I'm like you, it's time. Okay, we've had over a month now. Like you've heard all kinds of rumors, and I like all of us have strong beliefs on what we think ought to happen, and they're generally pretty good, except for Kelly. Kelly just goes with the flow, which is
for all of y'all that
good.
really care. It's 8 weeks till baseball starts practicing and softball.
Well,
Yes.
But we have extended an offer to the administration. If they do hold a press conference, we would like to live stream that, so that way the media will be there and we can ask questions to the new coach. And haven't got a response back, and obviously they've not decided to make a decision yet. So if we can make those things work, that's something we'll announce and we'll have out there if we're able to do so.
I just think that my personal feelings is I am going to be really honored for Coach Vance to take back the reins of the program that he had once. So.
Just 30 years ago.
Kelly, Flavia, Casey, back to coaching. Tom, what do you got for me?
I was hoping you was going to Penn State.
Well, we talk about this whole interview process, and don't forget it's a two-way street. It's not just our school board, our principal that's looking for the best candidate for the job. That candidate is also looking for what's in it for me.
Yes.
And it's not just a supplement. It's what are you going to do? And I'm sure whoever's applied, they've sat down, they've had this conversation for a school. I need more than 3 assistant football coaches. How are you going to take care of that? How are you going to hire those people? How are you going to take care of those people, pay those people to get me to do the job that I'm wanting to do for you? And I think there's still some negotiating that's going on. I don't know if it's NIL money or what they've got going on, but before I take the – Boots Donnelly told me before I took it the first time that before I took it, period. There is no second time. There is no second time.
Wait a minute.
Where's the breaking news?
This is not.
I got to get the sound.
But he told me that, don't take a job, don't go anywhere where you don't think you can win. I think Steve Trapp has built this program to where they can win, and I think that makes it attractive. I think what he's done with the stadium, the field house, all of that, the culture, the climate, through the middle school, talk about the influence with the Poteets. I think that he's done a tremendous job, and he's made this an attractive job. That being said, school system has to kind of ante up. In addition to what's something, they've got to meet some demands as far as coaching and what are you going to do for me to help me make my program better. It can't be all on me.
Right.
You're not paying me enough for doing all that. And so I think that's still a little bit behind it. There still may be some murmurs out about, we want a complete clean break from what Steve Trapp was. I don't know. I have no problems with Steve Trapp. I have no problems with Michael Shaw. I think he's the best candidate for the job. But why are we holding up on this? Why is there a holdup? Why is there not an announcement 37 days? I don't know, other than and it's maybe I'm speculating. We're still negotiating.
Listen, you're exactly right, okay? I do think maybe there is some TSSAA guidelines that's in there that may be holding up progress a little bit. I don't know that. I tend to think that's what it is. I tend to think that Bruce knows who he wants to pick, to be honest with you. And so that makes me believe there's something that they got to check off a list or something to make sure that everything gets signed off on and done right. But back to what you said, you are exactly right about the assistant coach thing. Okay, so let's go back to last year. You had head coach Steve Trapp. You had defensive coach Michael Shaw. Then you had Coach Cross and Coach Wheeler. That's 4 people. You also had 60 kids in the program. It is untenable to be able to run a program effectively with 4 people trying to control all of those coach all of those position groups and freshmen with 4 coaches. It can't be done, okay? And so what your point is, 100%, there must be more coaches. Now, you had Stephen Jennings come in after the season kind of got coming, and that added your 5th person in there. It's still untenable. The coaches have to be in place during the preseason. They have to be in place during off-season workouts to where they're having time to be able to gel with that player, to figure out what they have and figure out how they need to coach that particular group that they have. And so I think whoever the next head coach is, they have got to come in with the ability to go out and get some more coaches. Now, how do you pay for it? Okay, that's the big question. There are people that would volunteer to help on a certain level, okay? So you've got those people that's out there, but you still need paid assistants. So how do you pay for it? Well, the school system can pay for it. In some cases, a booster club can help fund that particular position. Now, you got to walk a fine line there, and there's some definite regulations about how you can do that. But it is possible that you can help through a booster club. I do know that being a part of our booster club, that would be a possibility for us to be able to help that. So you got to have an open mind on how to do everything above board, but do everything possible to help your program exceed as much as you possibly can. And assistant coaches, as much importance as we're putting on this head coach, if that man comes in there with the same amount of coaches that was in there last year, it's not a good deal. It's not going to be successful. It can't be. We watched every game. Every single team that come in to John L. Van Hooser Memorial Stadium out there during the pregame had a fleet of coaches on their team. And I'm not talking about the big programs that we played, White House and all those. I'm talking about everybody that come in had more coaches than what we had. And guess what? Our record kind of showed the difference in that this year. And so you can talk about ups and downs in the talent level of a small community like this as far as the players go, and it's all true, okay? But there's ups and downs in every other communities that we play that consistently have a good football team. Let's talk about Upperman for a minute. The metropolis of Upperman. I mean, okay. Last time I went to Baxter, I didn't see any skyscrapers over there, okay? So
they're working on it.
But guess what happens? They have a consistent amount of winning every year. Their program never falls off a cliff, or it hasn't so far. It's always very consistent. And why is that? Yeah, we can talk about a lot of things. They can be able to recruit and things like this. They got Putnam County, all things that's true, okay? But at the end of the day, somebody got to coach them kids. And they have a stable of coaches up there that are always around. When they graduate somebody, that person comes back and tries to help in some way, and they're able to do that. There is no reason why DeKalb County couldn't do that as well. And so, to your point, again, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's not even so much the head coach. It's how much support is that head coach going to get.
I had actually did, and I don't have the document on my computer. I hoped I did. At one point, had sat down to compare the number of assistant coaches in the schools around.
I may still have that in my email. I'll look
while
you're talking.
But every school had more, and I factored in how many were paid, full-time teacher, assistant coaches, how many were, non-faculty, volunteer, whatever the case may be. DeKalb County was the least among all, I'm pretty certain. I think Macon County.
No, actually, I think Baxter only had 2 paid.
Baxter didn't have as many as I thought.
Baxter just has a lot of volunteers, I think, or they're junior high helping with the high school. Because I noticed Baxter only had, I remember the document you sent, and Baxter only had like 2, and we had 4.
Yeah.
Again, that's where they have kids that graduate that program
and
or
come back
other
and
people
help.
that come back and help.
Yeah. Yeah. There weren't as many paid assistants maybe as you think, a lot of them, but it was the volunteer assistants or non-faculty, if you will.
Well, and it's not even like I look at Gordonsville. I'm not sure that Coach Bush gets paid to coach football. He's the softball coach over there, but he's got a kid that plays football. So
he's been doing it for years, though.
But I'm saying I don't know that he gets paid for it.
Right. Yeah.
But he's been doing it for years. And then you've got Coach Clemens. That's a principal. Well, I don't know if he's even still a principal. He was a principal.
Yeah, he was.
And then he, kind of went and helped with football. Like he stepped down as principal so he could do football.
He was a head coach for a bit.
Yeah, and so I mean, and that's just for me knowing people in Gordonsville, and teaching over there for 10 years, and you've got to have. I mean, those people are willing to do it without, but their junior high, a lot of their high school coaches. I'm just speaking of Gordonsville. Their junior high coaches help with high school because they practice junior high football during school.
Yeah.
And that way the football field is free for high school. So they're not asking them to stay all these extra hours afterwards to coach. They're getting to do the coaching during school, and then they're getting to do the high school after school, which helps quite a bit.
The key is what you said is Coach Bush, for example. Yeah, I don't know if he's getting paid for football or not, but the key is he's getting paid. I don't care how they pay him. Pay him for health sciences or whatever out there. Pay him to be, the assistant, cafeteria worker.
But you've got to have positions within the school system that somebody will take. And with all these kids going to homeschool, every time a kid goes to homeschool, that's a lost teaching position.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's hard for you don't have the spots. I mean, LaFonda and I don't deserve to get fired because we won't coach football.
Yeah. No, I get it. It's not an easy solution. There's no
here's my answer to that. And it's real simple. If Vanderbilt can figure it out, DeKalb County can figure it out. And if you think about it, the similarities are pretty close. You know,
this will help. So. Here's what I come up with. These enrollment figures were actually based on last year at the time I did this because the new ones weren't out. So DeKalb County with an enrollment of 767 last year, 4 faculty coaches, 1 classified employee assistant coach. So looking at, let's take Livingston. Livingston's pretty comparable in size. They had 1 faculty assistant coach, but they had 7 non-faculty coaches on staff. Macon County was one I think had the most. They had 7 faculty coaches, 1 non-faculty, and then 1 retired educator. But as you go down the list, Stone Memorial was 7. Upperman had 8. White County actually with 12 total assistant coaches. Second only to Macon County's 15. Cannon County, 3 faculty coaches, 4 non-faculty coaches. Now we're going to smaller schools. Gordonsville, 7 faculty coaches, 4 non-faculty, 11 total assistant coaches. Jackson County, even dropping down another step. 7 faculty coaches, 2 non-faculty. These are all assistant coaches in football, in case you're tuning in and wondering what in the world I'm talking about. Smith County had 12, 9 on staff, 9 faculty coaches, 2 non-faculty. So Watertown 10, York Institute 12. So that gives you an idea. And again, these are not all people in the school system. And like we've talked about, these may not even be all people getting paid, but they're people on staff. They're coaches. They may be like the Uppermans, the players who have played there, know the system, have worked with the coach, or just love the freaking school and the sport itself and have come back to help. But, Coach, I'm with you there. I think maybe there is some negotiating coming on. And, for instance, if you've got somebody that is outside the system that you're interested in and you come in and say, well, we can only guarantee you X amount of coaches. Well, I need more than that. Well, then you're in an impasse right there, and something's got to give.
But I don't know. I don't know anything about the football team. I went to a couple games, don't know anything about how anything works. But if that isn't the negotiating point, is like we said, though, there's several people that are non-paid. You're going to have to be willing to work with, Coach Vance. I'm just using this as an example, not saying you are. Coach Vance says,
"Where's the breaking news?"
I'm willing to help you. I mean, that's like this year with basketball. I said, I'm willing to help. They hadn't asked me a thing about basketball.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you can't be so prideful that you don't go and ask for help, but when you do have people that are willing to help, you're going to have to take them. And if they don't do it exactly the way you want it, you either need to tell them that or you need to kind of go with, you can't be begging for people to help. And then when you got people saying they'll help, I don't really want you to help. You can't be picky.
You bring up a very good point. So let's use you as an example. When you went to help, went and said, I want to help, why did you say you wanted to go help?
Because those are my kids. I loved them. I've worked with them for 10 years.
So I think that to be fair in this discussion, we need to bring up the question of why we had no volunteer coaches in this program for a while, and specifically in football. Why in football over the past few years have no volunteers been on that field?
Well, I will say this, and I don't know their financials. I don't know. I do know with TSSAA now, if you are non-faculty, like if I don't teach at the school, it's more expensive for you to be a part of TSSAA. It's like $500 for this coach. Okay. But because I work in the school, it doesn't cost anything. So I know with TSSAA, all the non-faculties that you do have, you have to pay for those coaches. They have to go through all this training. They have to go through a background check, all of these things. Because our junior high, with me going into softball, that was an issue. Like where Amanda is non-faculty and I am faculty, it doesn't cost anything for me to be the coach, but it costs so much money for her to be the coach because she's a non-faculty with TSSAA. So I don't know if that's a reason they're not letting non-faculty. They don't want to cut into their money. I don't have a clue.
It's all
but
very true.
But I do know that is one reason that some of these may have faculty.
Right.
So
even like Steven is still non-faculty. He is not a teacher.
Yeah, working towards it, but not.
He was
there.
listed as a classified employee, actually.
Well, because he's working in the school
Right,
system.
right.
Yes.
So I don't know where that falls when you start
with
talking money.
But with TWSAA, I think you have to pay for him.
Yeah.
Where like me as a teacher, you do not have to. Yeah.
Yes, you do. So here's what I'm getting at. If you're willing to be a volunteer, you're willing to pay $500. You know, so I don't think.
Well, I think the booster. No offense, I'm going to put this off on you. The booster should be like, hey, if they're willing to volunteer, we'll pay for it. I mean, $500 would be cheaper than you having to pay a coach.
Yes, and I do know that there are people in this community who have taken the steps that you've talked about to be in the position next year to be able to be one of those unpaid or outside of this, I forgot the word for it.
Non-faculty.
Non-faculty
coaches.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. I know basically it boils down to we don't have a football coach, but there's a lot of moving parts.
Oh wait, I thought,
and it's good discussion
we
for
got
sure.
Coach Vance. He's
right
my football
behind
coach.
Coach Kelly.
I'll do it.
You know, the other thing that was touched on briefly, and I'll shut up about it.
Yeah.
Is that from the time that you make the announcement, there may be a 30-day that you've got to wait until you can act on it.
Yeah.
So that could be the other thing of why they're waiting on a Monday.
Sure.
That's kind of out there. I still think it's negotiating, but.
Well, there could be a part too. I know last week, Monday through Wednesday, most of the admin staff and central office staff was at a conference.
Yeah.
So,
well, I bet the teachers had a great time that
no, we still had our principal.
I know when I spoke to Bruce Monday, he said he was at a conference through Wednesday that it might come. He didn't say it would. He said it might come, but you sort of gather the sense that he's close to, if not made a decision already. But certainly we're probably going to know something. I'd almost be shocked if we don't know something this upcoming week. But if we find out, of course, we'll have the information on the Blitz page. If we get the opportunity, we will live stream the press conference introducing the coach, and we'd be more than excited to do that. Middle school basketball. Let's jump on there. Saints and Lady Saints have had a good week. They both won both their games this week over Cumberland County and over Cannon County. A funny story, and I don't know if y'all saw this on the Blitz page, but the middle school girls the other night decided to put fake tattoos of Coach Patterson's head on their left arms.
I didn't know what that was. Yeah,
you got to read the story.
Yeah, I'm a visual guy.
You look at the pictures. You do what everybody does. You looked at the pictures. But Coach Patterson let me know about that. They put the tattoos on their arms, and they had their high-scoring output game of the season, 43 points, and she said they put them on their left arms to remind them to go and use their left.
There you go.
So I said, well, if it works, you got to stick with it. You find a good thing, you got to go with it. But I thought that was pretty funny. Lady Saints now have won 2 in a row. Aubrey Fusen, 21 points in that game the other night. Zoe Ashburn had 11 points. Saints, they've bounced back. They had a rough little stretch there. The loss to Avery Trace, then they lost to Warren County, then they lost to Prescott, and Coach Quarles, I love Coach Quarles because he's so good at seeing the big picture of things. And Kelly, I know you've talked about this. Boys at this age, they're all over the place,
They're those same cats you're herding in kindergarten.
And I think it was, Coach Quarles knew that, we got to step back and we got to look at the big picture again. I think having these 2 games this week with Cumberland and Cannon, and not knocking them, but they're not on the level of Avery Trace and Prescott and Warren County. This gives you time to build some confidence and work on some things that you saw were not working against better basketball teams, or at least better on those days anyway. And, Landon Holmes is somebody. He's coming on strong, scoring the basketball in particular. Landon's been doing a lot of other things well. I think he had nights of like 17 and 16 this week. So we're seeing another level of his game. Logan Guard, to me, is just a beast. I mean, this kid came out and scored 10 points in the third quarter against Cannon County the other night. He's a monster on the boards. These games, to me, Kelly, are good for the Saints coming when they are, to work on and hammer those things out and to rebuild that confidence.
Yes, and I think you want those games when you're trying to build a schedule, which I don't know how much Coach Quarles gets to build his conference schedule. I know for softball, it was kind of handed to us. We were able to make a few adjustments to it because of like spring breaks and other schools' spring breaks. We tried to be, we tried to go in this year and, be nice and play with her, play in the sandbox with everybody. We don't want to get kicked out of the sandbox first year. But I don't know how much you get to build. But I know when I used to build the West School schedule, I would try to build, like if I knew I was going to have a hard game, I didn't want a completely easy game, but I wanted some easy games leading up to a medium game, and then when I knew I was going to face somebody hard.
Yeah.
Or I wanted to have a few days off before I was going to face somebody hard so we could get our practice scheme in and we could go over some things that we needed to work on. And I know, is it this week that Thursday? Is a Thursday.
They had a game moved up a day. They're playing Cumberland County again.
Okay, they play Avery Trace before Christmas, don't they? Or is it after Christmas?
No, that's
Prescott's who you're thinking.
Yeah,
okay.
Avery Trace is January the 8th. They have Prescott at home on Monday the 15th,
Okay.
so a week from Monday.
So I knew he had them coming back up again before Christmas. Sometimes when you build your schedule, you try to build it where you can get some confidence, but you give them some rest a little bit where you can play some other kids and see what you got in reserved. So if you got to pull somebody in during one of those games, somebody get in foul trouble, somebody get hurt, things like that. So I think the boys will be fine. It's Coach Crowell's just has to have them playing good come January 7 and through the end of the season. If he can keep them all together and have them playing their best basketball in January, they'll make a run for the conference.
Before the break, they've got Cumberland County at home Wednesday. Again, we mentioned they've already defeated them. Prescott, a game that they lost by 10 points on the road. One of the teams, along with Avery Trace, that's projected to be at the top of the conference this year. Rematch with Warren County, so they get another shot at them. Day game on their court. And the atmosphere will be totally different there. And they also have Allgood, who they've not played yet. They'll get that on the 18th before going into the Christmas break. So you got 4 games. You got a couple opportunities at some payback there. And just like you say, really tune up and get ready for that run coming up in January.
The thing about that, too, is you're probably going, you're looking at that schedule and you're thinking, I could go 2-2 during that,
Yeah.
I could go 1-3 during that, potentially. We don't know exactly how good Allgood is. My feelings are they're not on the same level as Prescott and Avery Trace. So potentially you may be 2-2 in that. Now here's the killer. Then you got an 18-day layoff. You're out of basketball for 18 days. Can't schedule anything in between there. Can't go to any Christmas tournaments or anything like that. And what happened?
So that's my issue with this whole TMSSAA. Like, I understand why the middle school is in it, because it was hard to get games. It was hard to get people to make up games, especially just kind of like baseball. They just didn't make it up. They didn't have time in their schedule. So I understand that, but I don't understand the restriction of 20 games because then a tournament counts as 2 games. Well, if you have there's 16 games already ate up with their conference play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's 4 out of county game. I mean, like he said, you go this whole time that you're off at Christmas and they can't scrimmage.
Yeah.
Cuz last year I was like, "Hey, y'all come down and scrimmage us." And he's like, "I can't."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Why not?" It's just it's just practicing, and he's like, we can't."
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's really hard to have, especially when TMSSAA wants to drag their tournament out till February.
Mm-hmm.
Well, most schools are done by Martin Luther King Day. They're done playing basketball because you've been playing since October.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand why TMSSAA doesn't kind of fix their bill. It's not high school. It's not high school. So they need to fix it.
If the almighty dollar is the reason for anything they do, then that's
it's the reason they do everything.
DeKalb West School, the Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs lost a doubleheader at Union Heights on Monday night. Aiden Garza, though, 22 points, and 22 of the Bulldogs 31 against Union Heights.
He did a really, really good job. They just don't play defense. I mean, they just watch them go shoot layups sometimes.
How's their special teams?
About like you tease.
Bulldogs came back and beat Tucker's Crossroads on Thursday, 44-15 to stop a 2-game losing streak. Bentley Wadley, double-double, 17 points, 10 rebounds.
Mom said, I didn't go to that game. I had something else going on. But Mom said, and because the girls didn't play either, Mom said he couldn't miss. She said everything he shot, it was just his game.
Yeah.
But everything that he shot went in. And so he had a really, really good game.
He might be a candidate for Player of the Week next week. That double-double looks awful impressive. Bulldog JV beat Tuckers as well, 31-18. Connor Robinson had 11 points in that game, in that win for the Bulldogs. So good, strong finish to the week for both the Bulldogs and the Saints. Bulldogs will be back in action Monday. They'll travel to Forks River, Monterey at home on Tuesday night, and then the home game, the day game, coming up on Friday. Smith County comes to town. Do you like those home matinee games, middle of the day?
So, yes, I got that started back. Dad always, I can remember as a kid, we went to Central Middle, we went to Las Casas.
Yep.
And those were, like, I remember my 8th grade year, we played, like, I think at Las Casas. But we always try to find somewhere close that you can kind of logistically get to. When I first started back at the West School, we picked up Auburn Town, and we played a couple times with Dibbrell. And Miss Carr, that was over at Smith County, I called her, and I was like, hey, let's do a day game. I was like, because it was close enough. And she was like, I think, and their administration ended up loving it.
Yeah.
Because it's the one time the kids get to play in front of their peers.
Yeah.
That's got to be special.
It does, yeah.
It really is. I mean, like the kids, like my daughter, because she's in 5th grade, she can't dress out. And she's like upset that she can't dress out. And I'm like, it's okay. You'll get to like next year. Of course, you just hope that you'll get to continue. The board is so nice to let us do these during the day.
Yeah.
Very appreciative of them for approving that and letting us have a fun day at school.
Yeah.
But, yeah, these days, and I can remember going to Central Middle. Did you ever get to go?
I didn't go to Central Middle, but
we went to Central Middle, and that was as a small child.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's where Central Magnet plays now, but it was full, and it was just constantly rotating of kids because all the kids didn't get to watch the game. They kind of rotated them through, and it was just the most kids you'd ever seen coming from the West School.
See, before your time, the day game was at the old Liberty Gym when I was in school.
I got to go there in kindergarten in 1st grade.
Yeah, and of course it was exciting for us as smaller kids to get to ride the bus down to the old gym, and you walk in, there's popcorn right there in the lobby. It smelled good, and looking back, the smaller kids didn't know crap about what was going on with the game. We just wanted to stomp bleachers and yell real loud.
I can remember
Get that popcorn.
I can remember because at the old Liberty Gym, the visitors sat on one side and the home team sat on the other. So you had to run around the court to check in because if your court's this way, the home side was over here, and they always took the home side to make our kids run to check in. And so kindergarten was sitting right behind the bench, and Miss Pat kept going, "Get back in your seat." And I was like, "But no, I'm in charge of the basketballs." And she's like, "No, you're not today." But I mean, like I was so used to getting to run of the gym as a small child, I didn't like kindergarten and going to the day game.
Yeah.
And it's funny, my personal kids didn't like the day game when they had to sit with their teacher. They're like, "Why can't I sit with you?" And I'm like, because I can't mess with you today. But those are fun times for all kids.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to wrap the show up today with the announcement of the Good Health Family Clinic Student Athlete of the Week. 3 nominees this week. They include Logan Duke of the DeKalb County High School Tiger basketball team. And these basically cover the last 2 weeks since we didn't do one last week. So for Logan, through the first 4 games of the Tiger season, shot 52% from the floor and 100% from the free throw line. In a balanced DCHS scoring offense, Logan ranks 2nd on the team through the first 2 weeks in points per game with 8.5. And also leading the Tigers in rebounding with 6 boards per game. Aubrey Fusen of the Lady Saints basketball team. Aubrey had 15 points and 6 rebounds, 9 deflections, and 6 steals in the Lady Saints 38-35 win at Cumberland County on Monday. Then back on November 21st in an afternoon matinee game at Warren County. Good balance game for Aubrey as she had 8 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 steals, even though the Lady Saints fell to the Lady Pioneers 38-28. Our third nominee is Jackson Murphy of the DeKalb West Bulldogs JV basketball team. Jackson had 12 points and grabbed 13 rebounds as the Bulldogs blew out Union Heights 41-9 in their JV matchup. After all the votes were counted, this week's Good Health Family Clinic Student Athlete of the Week is Aubrey Fusen of the DeKalb Middle School Lady Saints. So congratulations, Aubrey, with a great week. Always some great nominees. Usually I send out a text to the coaches on Monday, and sometimes they have some. If it's been a bad week, it's very usually short and sweet text back, not this week. But we appreciate our coaches working with us on the nominees, and of course, our folks out in the public who still do not understand the concept of how to vote for this, because they'll try to vote through Facebook and through email. It's one vote per person, and we have a cutoff time at noon on Friday. So when I get one, I actually got one a couple weeks ago, like on Sunday.
Well, you know,
after
we announced it.
Yes.
Hey, that's awesome, man. Would it have made a difference? That's what I want to know.
I don't even remember. I just thought, man, I'm doing something wrong here. We're trying to explain all this, but we appreciate everybody that helps us determine our Good Health Family Clinic Student Athlete each week. Thank you so much. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Of course, all of our great sponsors. For our guests today, Allie, Melton, Seth, and Ashleigh, Braseel. We appreciate them for taking time out to come out and speak with us today. Our crazy crew here, as always, just a lot of fun for us on Saturday morning. Our producer, Daniel Leslie, we thank him. For Casey, for Coach, for Kelly, I'm Tom Duggan saying so long for the Blitz. We'll see you next Saturday. We're presented by DeKalb County Insurance.